at Collie Speedway in the 360s. We've just done hot laps and qualifying. How's the track and how's the car?
The track's already pretty slick. Seems like generally most times when you come down here, it's sort of like a one-lane track. So yeah, it's going to be quite hugged on the curb. And I think if you dare to step out, you'll probably lose it a bit. So I think it's just sort of like where you start is where you finish. The last few times that I've come here, it was sort of very similar. So yeah, the car feels good. I sort of didn't really get a lap good then in qualifying. We still qualified okay, I think, like still top 5 or 6, but yeah, I've got a few changes that I want to make with the car, and then should be good for the heats.
So what changes are you making? Are you trying to tighten it up, free it up? What's the go?
So I had probably a good amount of stagger, what I would say, for qualifying for somewhere around here. So I've reduced a little bit of stagger, and then yeah, just played with the shocks a little bit, and we've yeah, change the tyres around. So yeah, that's about it really, and yeah, tighten it up.
The track looks pretty heavy still up top. There's definitely potential there for a pretty rough cushion to get formed up. Do you have any plans on venturing up there, or you got to kind of go where it's safe?
We'll see. I guess it depends where I start. If I start on the outside row, I might have to use it to sort of get where I want to be. But yeah, pretty much once I'm comfortable, I'll probably come high on the straights and then stay nice and low on the corners. Because yeah, I guess until I get close to someone, and then if I have to go around the outside, I'll go around the outside. But generally, yeah, I'll probably stay quite close to the inside.
All right, mate, last one. How did this team actually come to be? Not that teams are uncommon, like in this class, but you got the identical cars, you got your buddy at the other one. Like, how did this actually come to be?
Well, me and Jake have been good mates since formulas, so we were racing sort of together here and there, and yeah, we always had a beer here and there after racing, and then I don't know, we just sort of got closer and closer as the years went on, and he helped me and I helped him in stuff, and then yeah, we just sort of said, like, I'm in sprint. I started sprint cars before Jake, and he was in formulas, and yeah, Jake sort of gave me a run in his formula every now and then, and I said, why don't you have a jump in mine? And he was like, yeah, why don't I do that? And then yeah, he loved it, so he bought one, and then essentially we just started a team, and it's still pretty fresh, but yeah, we're loving it. Yeah, so we'll see ya.
All right, do you know where you're starting your heat?
I would say probably second or third row. I think second row, hopefully inside, so we can sort of duck underneath whoever's in second there, and then hopefully we can stay there.
No worries, mate, we'll see you after.
Cheers.
All right, mate, talk us through hot laps and qualifying. How'd the car feel, and how was the track?
Yeah, track was good. Hot laps, just getting used to the car again. Been off since Geraldton, so yeah, it was a little bit loose, but then qualifying, just give it all it can, and yeah, it felt really good.
Have you made any changes since then for the heat?
No, just left it how it is.
Okay, fair enough. And so in a weird twist of events, you got the team cars starting right next to each other. Do you know who's got the outside?
Yeah, me.
Oh, you got the outside, so you're going to go for the cushion?
Let's see what happens.
You're going to have a choice?
I don't have a choice.
All right, mate, we'll see when you get back.
Alright, thanks.
Top of the 17 is Lachlan Onley from New South Wales, but there is a car park and a half. Jake Pobjoy, road 2.
right, guys, you can choose who talks, but yeah, a bit of a a team rivalry there of sorts, getting put up next to each other in the heat there. So yeah, what was the play? Did you guys have a bit of a talk about what you wanted to do beforehand, or what was the play?
No, we didn't have a talk at all.
Generally, Jake's pretty good, and he lets me sort of do my own thing because he knows generally I'll be quicker, but not tonight. Jake's doing really well, so yeah, I'm stoked for him. Hopefully, he's starting third in this one, and then I'm starting at the back, so it's going to be hard for me and should be good for Jake. So I just told Jake before that first race, just stay nice and comfortable on the inside and don't let anyone pass you, and he did that and he got third, so good on him.
Yeah, I thought that too. Now, you guys were, I don't know if either of you realised just how close you guys were coming up to what was the second green. After the first one got pulled back, like when you see this footage later, you'll see just how close your left and right tyres were. Did you guys have any idea like just how close you guys were coming up to that green?
Nah, not really. Just full pin. You can't, when you're right next to someone, you can't really see them until they like either get just in front or just behind, you know. So yeah, you just got to hold it flat.
So you've been separated for this next set of heats. I thought they would have just inverted the start from the first ones, but you've actually been split. So do you guys know where you're going to be starting for your next ones?
So my next heat I'll be starting P3 on the inside.
And then I think I'm starting outside at the back. So yeah.
Any major changes being made to either of the cars?
Nah, not to mine. Just keeping it simple. Felt good, so we'll just leave it at that.
I wasn't getting too much drive off the corners. Jake seemed to be pulling away from me out of the corners, and I was catching him coming in. So we've just changed the left rear tyre. Hopefully we can get a bit more drive out of the corners. And I've just gone around and softened all the shocks, so hopefully I can get a bit more drive around the corner. But yeah, we'll see how we go.
All right, thanks guys. We'll see you after.
Cheers.
Alright, boss, you're going to have to jog my memory because we're going back a little bit now, but
Yeah.
I do remember the heat being pretty successful. You kind of pushed it up the track a little bit,
Yeah.
went searching for the grip a little bit more. Did how was that for you?
Yeah, jumping out of my comfort zone now, so yeah, it did feel a lot better up top. Not really much down the bottom at the moment. Yeah, like we're not a big money team, so we just run off good second-hand tyres and that, so we get what we can. And yeah, fortunately, I think the left rear just a bit too much buzzed off, and going up high, they just was just spinning a little bit. So put a new set on for the feature, and yeah, let's see how that goes. Started at P7.
Oh, lovely. Tell us about kind of going up the track for maybe not the first time, but actively trying to find grip in other places in the track. What's the mental approach there? Are you just like, okay, let's drive it in there and see how we go? Or is it crap on the way in?
Yeah, look, a little bit of iffy moment, like trying to go up there, but yeah, no, I thought, you know what, just give it a go, having a good night, so see what we can do, and yeah, I felt comfortable up there, so we'll continue to find some grip up top and see how we go for the night.
It has been a good night for the team, actually.
Yeah.
George has just won his heat race.
Yeah.
You said you're at a P7 for the feature?
Yeah, P7, pretty sure in the feature, yeah.
Yeah, and so how do you approach the first couple of laps? Because it can get a bit messy out there with all the cars on the track at the same time. It's a bit of a dust bowl out there. They might put a bit of water on it just before everything goes out there. But are you on kill? Are you looking for spots right out of the gate, or are you kind of happy to let the first few kind of play out and then pick your spot?
Yeah, not really sure. Just look, I'll probably give it we'll try and give it all it's got just on the start. Try and sneak my nose in there in the bottom on the first corner. So yeah, just take it easy, because you never know what's going to happen. Everyone's pretty eager to get a good spot. So
yeah. Last one. Look, you did, not to blow smoke up your ass, but you did do a really good job of keeping up with the guys that were up the front.
Yeah.
I heard the announcers say that between the first and the last car over the line, there was only a couple of seconds in it, if that. And being relatively new to this class, and there being some pretty heavy hitters in this class, and especially your heat that had some heavy hitters in it, and the fact that you weren't that far off the front, you were definitely on pace. That's got to be a bit of a confidence booster for sure.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Man, a few words, I like it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man, we'll catch up with you after the feature.
Thanks very much.
All right, boss. Well, it doesn't get much better than that. Nice little heat win, and we've watched the GoPro footage, and there wasn't much in that pass. So, how was that for you?
Yeah, it was pretty wild. I just sort of like stuck to what I know up top from here, from like past experiences. Sometimes the track hasn't done that in a few years actually. So hats off to the guys for sort of watering it and keeping the top alive. Yeah, the top sort of came alive then, and luckily I started on the outside and I sort of just picked them off one by one, and then yeah, got up to 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and then took the win. So yeah, it was stoked, and then yeah, definitely passing those top 1st and 2nd cars. It was very, very close to the wall, and yeah, very close to their wheel as well. So I just sort of held it flat, and there was enough gap, and I just shot around the outside. So.
Yeah. So the pass 4nd car in front of you was having a little bit of trouble on exit. It looked very, very free. Kind of running it through the slick with not a lot of drive, and actually even once you like had a bit of a brush with not the infield, but
yeah.
you got a bit free on exit, but managed to kind of keep it alive. That pass 4nd, I mean, that was just as kind of nerve-wracking as the one for 1st, but like kind of what's going through your head at that moment, is it just praying to whatever God there might be that you don't make contact with the car?
Yeah, pretty much. When it gets close like that, because they're all loose, and then that they're going to want to get to the wall to get that sort of drive, because you want to straighten the car up as much as you can to get the drive off the corner. But the aim of the game really, if there is a gap around the outside, if you're close enough as you're coming onto the straight, you can really sort of like just outdrive them, and as soon as you sort of get next to them, realistically they sort of can hear you and know that you're there, so they but it does get very scary. Yeah, it's very close.
Absolutely. It's I know firsthand, like the effect of your eyes kind of become your ears pardon me, the other way around. Your ears become your eyes when someone's that close.
Yeah.
All right, so strapping in for what I think is a 25 lap feature.
Yeah,
is that right?
I've got 25.
Any major changes being made to the car?
No, not really. We just put a newer right rear on this time. So I believe I said that we put a newer left rear on to get more drive. So that's still holding up okay. So we're going to leave that, and then we've gone with a newer right rear to give us a bit more drive on the right. So I'm starting off on the front row, 2nd against Pigden, so hopefully we can get that outside drive. I've really just got to somehow get by him. He's quick, he's got a quick motor, he's a good driver, and I've just got to sort of really be right by his side, and hopefully coming into turn 1 I can really sort of get to that outside and stay there. So hopefully I can out-drag him. Otherwise, we'll sort of have to just settle at 2nd and probably still stay high. I think that's where the track's going to be. So.
Yeah, I do agree. Now, just on that note, last question is that I said this before, but there are some heavy hitters in this 360 class. There's some guys who spend time in 410s in elite tier competition, and that's pretty neat that you're starting off the front row next to one of them. Is this? Do you treat this as a measuring stick, like to see where you're at compared to the big guys, or like what's do you treat it or think about it any differently because of that?
Let's just say the nerves are definitely there, but you've just got to sort of like bring yourself back down to earth, calm yourself down, just breathe, I guess. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, but like you still get crazy nerves driving these things. They're absolute animals, and then coming up against like heavy hitters, like you say, like Pigden and like people like that. It's just it is like it's a dream come true, and then also like even though I've been doing it for years, you still get nerves, and it's definitely a learning curve as well. So we'll see how we go, and hopefully we've got the setup where we want it, and hopefully I can just drive the socks off it.
All right, mate. We'll catch up with you after.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
fuel.
Did you? Fuck, thought that one a bit close. Yeah, fucking piss. Alrighty, gang. Not to be overly critical, but that wasn't the track that we were hoping to go out for. I don't think. Am I onto something there?
Yeah, I reckon that maybe worked a little bit too much, to be honest. Too much moisture. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that was the wrong move doing whatever they did with the track there. I did sort of like thank them for the track that they gave us in the heat before. Obviously, you know how it looks like. Obviously, getting the win before, and I'm thanking the track then. But like, I think for every driver, the track was not good then at all. They put way too much moisture in it to try and give the track more sort of up and down, movement. But to be honest,
It was a challenge.
yeah, it was a challenge. And wherever you went, it was slippery and grippy here and not there, and the track went every single lap. So yeah, not really what we wanted. I was in second for a bit, third for a bit, fourth for a bit, fifth for a bit, and then couldn't hold on anymore. I lost my tyres and lost the rear end of it. So yeah, I dropped back to fifth, unfortunately. But not really how we wanted to end at all.
Any notable moments through the feature at all?
Yeah. I'll put a bit more fuel in it next time, but I managed to get across the line, lost a couple of spots, but learn these things, I guess.
Well, it's so where did everybody finish up in the end?
I finished fifth, started second.
Yeah, started seventh, gained a couple of spots, and then went back to ninth.
Alright, no stress. Alright, well, as long as it's a team effort, do you want to take a second to thank the folks who sponsor the car and who are here helping you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Just like to thank Osborne Towing, ABP Freighters, Bridgestone, Morley and Clarkson, Westmec Diesel Services, Penrite for coming on board this round for the rest of the season, Jimmy's Auto, and GD Mechanical.
Yeah. Me too, yeah. I'd love to thank them guys, and I was sort of working my magic with a guy I know through Penrite, so they've just come on board now and supplying us all our oil, so that definitely helps. It's a big expense out of their pocket that helps us. So yeah, thanks to them, and yeah, thanks to all our sponsors. Big thanks to all our team tonight. They gave me an amazing race car compared to what we had in qualifying, and I was fighting the car to what we had in the last heat. So yeah, big thanks to my guys, especially like my brother and my dad for coming out, playing with the car and doing a few things, and
Alright, again, pleasure working with you. Well, good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks very much for coming, mate. Cheers.